Hello, Heliopolis viewers. We are here with Crystalyn Whitaker.
Hey.
This is going to be so hard to get through without you making me laugh the entire time. Also known as Lady Munira.
Yes.
Munira.
Yes.
Lady Munira. And Crystalyn, the reason I asked you here today was because we're doing a Follow Your Dreamport series. And you are one of the people that came up as someone who is consistently inspirational because you follow your dreams, you're doing it in Dreamport, and it's just a great example to others. So thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
So what would you say your passion or your goal in life is?
Man, it is hard. But my passion really lies in literature and education. And in any way that I can fuse them together and enrich the community and enrich the world would be my dream.
Yes.
So that's a safe way to say it.
So you love words and the power behind it, and you're good at them. I've seen you personally as the hostess of Poetry Night at Bon Temps Coffee Bar in downtown Shreveport. And there's no one like you.
Oh.
I mean, you're hilarious. And if you haven't been to downtown to see Crystalyn, then you're missing out. So your goal is, like, you're kind of a wordsmith and you want to embolden people.
Yeah, okay, so I'm from Shreveport, I'm from Lakeside. And of course, we have all these statistics and demographics and we know them for that community. And I know it probably transcends the Black community. I'm sure it does. But I'm just really empathetic with the Black community because I'm Black, if you didn't notice. In the Black community, like there's this issue where we can be successful and then we leave and never come back. So I can't ascribe to that. So my goal is more than just doing poetry for the hell of it. I really want to bridge that gap between those neighborhoods and success stories. And too often they drown in those neighborhoods because that's what happens. And we blame these kids, but you can't blame the kids when it's like a system around these kids that they're just victimized by. Right. They don't have access to stuff. They've never seen anyone from where they're from become successful in those ways. So how do they know they can do that unless they see somebody doing it in their face?
I think a lot of people will come from somewhere and not necessarily turn around and invest in the community that made them who they are.
And that's what it is.
You're very focused on that.
To be from Lakeside and to have seen the stuff I saw and grew up next to the people I grew up next to, it doesn't make sense that I would be successful in literature necessarily. It doesn't. I want them to see that success doesn't have to make sense. You just have to make it happen.
You mentioned that you had, well, I guess probably several obstacles to kind of forging your own path. Is there one instance that pops to mind?
My worst obstacles are self-inflicted obstacles. A lot of it is just my self-doubt. Am I good enough to do this stuff? I have this passion for what I'm doing and I see all these other people doing it. And they may have surpassed me in what they're doing. So am I really in the right place? Am I doing the right thing?
Yes.
It's just being honest with yourself and knowing that sometimes you're not going to be 100%.
And that nobody is.
Yeah. But it's like nobody's 100% every day, but you pull on yourself to do it.
Yes.
And when you let yourself down, it's like...
See, I'll get...
You know what I mean?
This is what I do. I'll get off work. I'm like, oh, I'm off work. So I'm going to have an off day, truly off. I'll go into a 72-hour binge of... Johnny's Pizza and watching Law & Order Special Victims Unit. And at the end of that 72-hour period, all I have convinced myself is of what a loser I am. This is what I'm destined to do. And I'll watch people who are succeeding in the things that I want to do. And I'm like, well, let them do it. I'm not meant to do it. But that's the whole reason that we're doing this series. Everyone has kind of said shades of what you're saying, that the most limiting person has been themselves.
Yeah. We find these tertiary and secondary issues to blame it on. We're like, I don't have enough money or I don't have enough time or I don't have this. But it's really because of your own self-doubt because you have the time. And you have the money a lot of the time. It's just that you feel inadequate.
You're finding
so you find
excuses.
other things to say. That's what it is. That's what it is. They want to give me a loan at the bank. That's what it is.
Right.
But you can still pursue what you want to do. Like I tell my kids all the time, get you a hustle. I support hustles.
Yeah.
I'm 100% on hustles because I understand that if you don't hustle, you might turn to something that you shouldn't do. Because if you get your feet wet, they come to you. It comes to you.
Right.
Like for real, I didn't try to host a show. I didn't try to speak at all these places. But when you put yourself out there, they come to you. And it's a really humbling experience because sometimes we work so hard trying to make stuff work, but when you're where you're supposed to be, it works.
Shreveport, you found to be a pretty supportive community.
You have your foes anywhere you go.
Yeah.
And you have
That's not
people,
exclusive to this city.
And it's not. And that's what upsets me too, is that people always make it like it's a Shreveport stain.
Right.
But it's a humanity stain. You're going to have people who don't support you wherever you go.
That's right.
But you have to look at it, does the good outweigh the bad? And for me, absolutely.
But you were saying something about how, you know, Beyonce is going to be fine if you don't buy another one of her CDs. But these incredibly talented local artists, that's worth investing in.
That's what I mean. And I love Beyonce and all the people that are great. It's fine.
No hate against, like, please don't, Beehive,
I know, but
do not come after us. We love Beyonce.
Beyonce's dope.
No, she's great. I'm sure she's
Bruno
watching
Mars
this right
is one
now.
of my favorites. I know she probably is.
Hey, girl.
So Bruno Mars is one of my favorites. I mean, all these people are great. And we should support them. Who is a celebrity other than somebody with a lot of support?
Exactly.
So how do you make celebrities other than by giving them support?
Right.
And we may not be up there where she is or where he is, but we can be more than what we are. We can hone the crafts we have. We can really nourish these kids. We can nourish the people we have right here through monetary support, because yes, it does take money to do what you do. And through just character support, go up, support them, go to the shows, go see them.
Yeah.
Like the most expensive shows I've seen done by local artists were like $20.
Right.
You go spend $300 to go sit on the floor at a Beyonce concert, and she's not going to shake your hand afterwards.
Right.
She's not even going to notice you, probably.
And she's not going to accept your friend request on social media.
She's not going to accept your friend request.
Yeah.
She's not going to respond to you in Messenger, even if you send her 3 messages and with an emoji a couple times.